Okay, so I got flagged, so I'm not going to talk about that. But if you want to hear something in the background while you do yoga, you should. Oh, nobody's here, so I'm talking to myself.
Yay.
Hi, I got flagged.
This is good. I just want to eat the whole time now.
I hope people like figure it out. How many people are here? We had like 9 people, and then we got booted.
It's okay. They're coming back.
That's annoying. How many people are in there now?
We have 5 people.
How many?
5. 7. Yay.
What?
Up to 7. Hey, Heather.
Who?
Heather. We can probably start in the next minute or so.
Okay. So this is the video now. Apparently you shouldn't talk about wanting to in the background because it flags you. So I'm not going to do that, but if you want to do that, you should. You should also get a drink. So make sure you have a drink. Oh, people are saying things. What are they saying? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, yeah. So I've got 8 people here. Hopefully everybody has found their way now to this video, which is going to be the class, not the other one, because it got flagged. So make sure you're in something cozy and comfy that you can relax in. Socks are totally fine for the practice today because we'll be seated. If you want to hear things in the background, you can do that. We have wine and cheese and crackers here. It's a vegan garlic and herb cheese with some gluten-free crackers. So you're welcome to have a snack candy if you want. I don't know if that's necessarily recommended, but yeah. So we'll get started. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Anything will do. For today's practice, also, if you want a blanket or a bolster or a pillow or something, that might be helpful just to prop yourself up in some of the positions that are uncomfortable, but that's not necessary. So again, seated position, any way that's comfortable, cross-legged on the knees, and then if you have your drink handy, you can grab it. We'll start with just a long distance, cheers. So cheers to all of you out there in the cyberspace, internet land. And go ahead and just close your eyes in your easy seat and your drink in your hand. And just take a moment to kind of turn inward. Maybe noticing any natural rhythms that the body brings up as you breathe. And bringing your awareness to the sounds in the room with you. Maybe the hum of the refrigerator, your kids playing in another room, or even even the sounds outside the window. And then turning your awareness to the body, feeling it sit on the mat. Maybe noticing the points that connect to the floor or the blanket below you. Feeling the temperature of the air on your skin, or as it passes through the nose as you breathe in and breathe out. And then bringing your glass just a little bit higher, kind of right underneath the nose, and taking your sense of smell into your awareness and just seeing what you smell in your glass. Maybe even tickling the taste buds. I might get drunk just smelling this, so sorry. And then go ahead with the eyes closed. You can allow yourself to take a sip. I'm gonna try to take a slow sip, really savoring the flavors of whatever it is that you're drinking. It could be a Coke or even water. Really trying to be present with that sip. And then taking a big deep breath in. Exhale to open the eyes. So for the remainder of practice, I won't instruct you to take a sip, so feel free to drink whenever you want. The bottle's up there if you want to refill. But there will be points that we will stop and come up between poses that you can take a drink, but also feel free to take as many drinks as you want throughout. So the first pose of class today is going to be a butterfly pose. So we'll draw the soles of our feet together. You can choose if you want the heels close to the hips or if you want them far away. That's kind of up to you. And then the second part of this is just going to be to slowly let the upper body start to melt down. You can place the hands on the feet or reach the hands out in front of you. But for the practice today, each of these poses will be held for a couple minutes. So there's no need to pull yourself or force yourself in, but really try to allow yourself to surrender into the shape, allowing gravity to kind of sink you in here. Maybe finding a little stillness and softness as you relax in. And if your mind starts to wander in these shapes, or maybe the urge to scratch or fidget comes about, try to draw yourself back to the 5 senses that we used in that beginning meditation. Noticing the sounds, the feelings of the body, maybe the smell or taste. And about another minute here to really sink deep into the shape. Softening against any edge that starts to arise. About 5 more breaths. And then gently start to crawl the hands back, lifting the upper body up to sit up tall. And before you shake out anything, just take a moment to sit up tall and feel the body and that energy starting to flow. Might be the alcohol or the stretch, but really just sit in that sensation for just another moment. And then when you're ready, you can shake the legs out, reach for your glass, take a sip. Taking the right shin, drawing it parallel with a flexed foot to the front edge of the yoga mat. Your left leg will go behind you. We're going to come into a sleeping swan shape or a pigeon. So for this pose, this is where you might need a blanket, or if you want to use a bolster, you can take the bolster and place it parallel with the shin and let the hips sit up on top of that for a more restorative shape, or for a deeper sensation in the hip, you can allow the hips to sink and drop without a bolster, and then crawl the upper body out. So you have one leg long, straightened behind you, the other leg bent in front of you, the upper body melting forward. And the goal here to try to feel that deep release in the hips. If the sensations are too strong, you can kind of shift over onto the right hip and bend that back knee, but still feel that folding forward. And then settling here for the next few moments. Just a few more moments to sink in here. Knowing on the other side of this shape, a sip of your drink is coming. When you're ready, starting to gently crawl up and out of this shape. We'll rock over onto our hip there. And we'll start to turn around to face the back of our yoga mat. John's going to continue to turn around. You're going to take the right foot and connect it to the inner thigh. I'm going to stay facing front so you can hear me. You'll connect the right foot to the inner thigh there. The left leg will be long in front of you. The right knee drops out to the side. And then again, grabbing that glass, taking a drink. And then once you've set the drink down, you can start to crawl the upper body out over that left leg. Just allowing the upper body to soften. Maybe letting the eyes close. So that the mind can sink in around any edge that starts to arise. Just about another minute here. Really sinking into the connective tissue and opening up that energy. Maybe even feeling some emotional release as you pair it with the drinking. And then when you're ready, gently crawling yourself up. And again, just taking a moment to sit up tall and feel the body there before you shake it out. Feeling that openness in the right hip, that length through the left leg. And then releasing it by shaking out the legs and hips, reaching for your glass of wine, taking a sip. Then we'll come to that pigeon or swan pose on the other side. So now the left shin facing the back of the mat, or if you're facing the front, that's fine too. The left shin parallel, foot is flexed, either the pillow underneath the hips if you need that extra support. That right leg is long behind you. And then gently crawling the upper body down to feel that release in the left hip. And then finding that stillness and softening. Can you sink in just a little deeper for this last minute? When you're ready, gently starting to crawl the upper body up. Shifting over onto the left hip to turn back around to the front of the mat. The right leg long in front of you. The left sole of the foot connects to the inner thigh. And then grabbing a sip before you gently crawl the upper body out over the right leg. And then as thoughts start to pop up in the mind, try to let them drift away and turn that attention back to those five senses. Can you smell the drink as it sits just off the mat? Can you feel the body soften and the length in the right hamstring? Can you draw your attention to the sounds around you in this moment right here? Just a few more moments to really sink in. Gently starting to crawl yourself back up. Feeling that power as you sit up tall before you shake the body out. And then when you're ready, you can wiggle the legs and grab your drink. For this next part, if you have a straw, that might come in handy. If not, it's not necessary, but I'm also going to grab the wine. Or if you need a refill, this is a good time. We're going to make our way to our bellies. So we're going to lie on our stomachs. This yoga class is brought to you by. All right, we'll make our way to our stomachs, and then we're going to come to our forearms here just to kind of counter stretch after those deep folds there. So we'll take the elbows right underneath the shoulders. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So you should look like the Sphinx right in front of the Luxor as you kind of sit here. So this is where if you have a straw, you can place your drink right in front of you. I don't have a straw, but you could just sip away while you're lounging here. Or you can just find your way to this shape, feeling that compression in the back, but also trying to feel a little length through the front side of the body, through the hips and the abdominal muscles there. And then we'll just kind of hang out here, finding a comfortable place for the neck. You don't need to soften the neck all the way down if that's too heavy. And just feel wherever it feels good, and then allow the eyes to close so that you can sink into this shape. If you're feeling the sensations in the low back here, you can stay right here. Or if you'd like to move a little bit deeper, you can walk the hands out to the edges of your mat or just out a little bit so your arms kind of make a wide V there. And then start to gently press into the hands. It's a seal pose. And so this pose is just a little bit more compression there on the low back. Or if you'd like, you can simply stay in that Sphinx pose, resting on the forearms. Just about another minute here. And if you're on the hands, gently coming down to the elbows. And then when you're ready, you can lower the upper body back, put the hands down by the shoulders, and we'll press the hips up and back to child's pose. Now there's several variations. You can keep the knees close together here if you want, or if you want to widen them to make a little space there. Big toes can touch behind you. And then softening down in between the legs. Oh, I forgot to get a drink. Sorry. And here, just feeling a little rounding in the back there after that deep compression of the low spine. You can crawl the hands out in front of you. You can take them back behind you or crisscross them to rest the forehead, wherever you're comfortable. Just to spend a few moments here to feel the hips and sink in. In these last few moments here, can you really allow yourself to just melt right into the yoga mat, releasing any parts of the body where you might be holding on and surrendering into the shape. And then when you're ready, gently starting to crawl yourself up. I'm gonna bring the legs around back to the front. And then taking a sip here. We're gonna be on the back for the remainder of class, so maybe a big sip. Or a little sip, it's up to you. And we'll make our way to laying on our back. We'll hug those knees into the chest. I'm gonna turn sideways so I can talk to you. We'll hug our knees into the chest, just giving ourselves a gentle squeeze to press the low back into the yoga mat. You can rock side to side or draw circles around with the knees, so you get like a little mini massage. Mini, it's not that exciting. And then when you're ready, we'll start to let the knees gently fall to the right. Your left arm will reach out to the side, or it can bend at the elbow like a cactus. And then the head can turn to the left. And just a gentle twist here. Just a few more moments here. Carefully bringing the knees back into the chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze, maybe a rocking side to side. And then finding a twist on the other side, knees softening over to the left, arms out to the side. The head can turn to the right. In this last shape, if the mind starts to wander, try to bring yourself to living right here, pulling into those five senses, noticing all of the things around you, drawing your awareness to the touch of the body on the floor or the mat, the sight of the room and the people around you, the sounds of your house, the smell and taste of your delicious wine or cocktail. Oh, a few more moments here. And softly bringing the knees back into the chest. One more big squeeze. And then gently lengthening the legs out long. Arms can rest down by your sides. The eyes can close and fall heavy in their sockets. And in this time where our lives may feel like they are on pause, try to bring yourself to this moment. I'm going to read a part of the Rig Veda, which is a Hindu book of hymns. Although my spirit may wander the four corners of the earth, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away over the sea, let it come back again so that I can live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to flashing beams of light, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to visit the sun and the dawn, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may wander over the lofty mountains, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away into all forms that live and move, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to distant realms, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to all that is and is to be, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may wander in the valley of death, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Taking these last few moments all to yourself so that you may live and journey here, Shavasana. Take rest. Taking a big, deep breath in through the nose and letting it out. Bringing some gentle movement into the fingers and toes. Rolling over gently to one side, cradling the head in the hands or arms. And then gently finding your way to a seated meditation. And instead of bringing the hands together, reach for your glass. Bringing your glass between both hands, sitting up tall as you inhale. Exhale, take a sip. Namaste.
Namaste.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. We hope everybody is safe and happy and healthy wherever they are. Shout out to all of our friends who are nurses and doctors and policemen and firemen and grocery store employees and all of the people out there helping us get through this crazy time. John and I are around, so feel free to reach out to us either here on YouTube, our phones, Facebook, Instagram. We're happy to chat or keep you company if you're bored, digitally, obviously. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. People are typing. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you guys for being here. There are more classes coming, so everybody's teaching. So stay tuned. I think John's teaching next on, I'm going to teach on Monday, I guess, and then you're teaching Tuesday. Sunday, John's teaching another yin class like this. On Sunday, no wine, though. It'll just be boring yin. Are my teeth purple?
You can drink wine.
You can drink wine, but we won't know. I won't. He won't let me drink wine then, though, probably. So, yeah. So we'll hang tight for a little bit if anybody wants to chit chat, because I still have this much to drink. So, thank you guys. Have a great what's today? Friday, and a good weekend. I can't even keep track of the days. I should have my phone. I'm telling people to text me, and then I'm not near my phone. All right, well, this video will stay up, so you can always come back to it if you want a good way to wind down, get it? Haha, at the end of your day. Have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.